my next victim of the interview, Mr. Alan Stoddard. Say the website. So how do you pronounce your company name?
Verint.
Verint.
Verint Systems. Yes.
All right. And what do you guys do?
We are leaders in physical security, video intelligence, and cybersecurity.
Oh.
I think one of the unique elements that we bring is we bring all of those together.
Which is difficult to do.
Difficult to do,
Yeah.
especially, but more and more important in this day and age in terms of bringing a synthesis of different capabilities to provide a full view of what's going on in a situational environment.
So I ran 2 guard companies back in the day, and I introduced BlackBerries.
Yeah.
And I said, let's just use BlackBerries for
Original
reporting.
BlackBerry holder. Yep,
And
those were the days.
The owner thought I was a nut job.
Yeah.
Right? Well, we don't need BlackBerries to do reporting. What are you talking about? I said, why write paperwork, right? My challenge was not that it wasn't a great idea. It was getting the guards to use it,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So I get your challenge. Let's talk about those 3 verticals you're talking about.
Yep.
We're talking about physical security, and the other 2 were?
Video and cyber.
Okay, so tell us how you merge those 2 together, or 3 together, and bring this all together.
Well, our real vision, I think the differentiator that we bring is what we refer to as the Intelligent SOC, the Intelligent Security Operations Center. And the key to that, making that work, and we all know PSIM, and it's been around for a long time, mixed success in that world. The real challenge is making sure you've got an open system that's flexible in terms of integrating best-in-class systems.
Yeah.
And then providing access to analytics on the back end. All this is moving towards analytics, providing a single database and the hooks and the intelligence through SDKs and APIs to support all the fabulous intelligence engines that are coming out in the world behind us. But the framework is what's critical here, and making sure that you can provide an open system so that customers and systems can use what they've got, their legacy, access control, video, security, fire intrusion, or best in class, and not be locked in to a specific solution from a specific provider. And that needs to be open and flexible and cost effective, and it's got to work.
Right.
And at the end of the day, a system that is robust enough to provide the integration of all those systems and then access to all the intelligence on the back end, we think that's a sweet spot for the market.
Now, draw a line for me between cyber and physical. To me, it's all the same thing.
Yep.
We're all appliances on the network.
Absolutely.
Or the Internet of Things, no matter how you like to slice it. But physical security companies still hold on to this idea that physical security is different. It's not, fellas. I got news for you. Wake up, okay? So how do you guys get that message across to your clients and to your user base and your employees?
Yeah.
It's a convergence of all these things. And I see your companies converging these things in one place.
Absolutely.
And you know what? It may not become physical or cybersecurity. Both of those things may be named something else someday.
Absolutely.
Right? But right now, cyber's winning. Cyber stole the word security 10 years ago, and they own it.
Yeah. No, you're right. It really is 2 sides of the same coin. And whether the threat is somebody walking in the front door physically or walking through the back door of your IT department, it's still the same threat.
Same thing, right.
And what we're seeing more and more is that you've got the same people responsible for both of those. And the difference in the past has been they've been handled by different departments within an organization, so they make different buying decisions.
That makes sense.
They're coming to the realization now that those really are just as important, and they work together more importantly. And I think that's where that concept of saying, you may see something in the cyber world, social media, the dark web, that's going to impact a physical threat that you have, or vice versa. And being able to build relationships between those two provides you that complete perspective that you need to really do your best in terms of securing your enterprise. So as you said, they're 2 sides of the same coin. We're seeing in leading thought developers in the marketplace today, a lot of consultants, a lot of leading edge companies, they're starting to attack it that way. And we just got to get through some of the barriers that exist to really bring those together.
So talk about what you do for the physical side of it. What is the physical security component of your company?
So again, we provide enterprise level video management systems.
Artificial intelligence, not
video management systems.
So they can still have physical security still?
I do.
Okay,
I think I
it's
consider
a good
that.
question, yeah.
I consider that physical security.
Okay.
So access control, intrusion, fire, video. We consider all forms of physical security, and all of those you can start to apply analytics on the back end, each and every one of them, right? But the subsystem itself, a physical security subsystem, we provide the video, but we provide the situational awareness, which allows us to integrate all of those subsystems together, all the physical security, and as we move forward, social media, cyber, those will come in as well. And then the analytics on the back end, and most importantly, the SDKs and the APIs, so that, again, you can use anybody's system. We want to provide an open end-to-end capable
So
solution.
let's say I'm a buyer and I'm back at Disney and I'm buying your services. Am I buying a GSOC,
Yeah.
kind of?
Yeah, likely.
In a way.
Yeah, and again, it's open, so you might buy our video and nothing else.
Right.
You might buy the entire GSOC, and from that, you'd buy situational awareness from us, but you go out and talk to best-in-class customers. Maybe you've got an existing access control system and an existing fire system, but you want to add in something new. You've got a new building with best-in-class, and you want to add a drone. We droned, seismic, and again, bring the cyber into that, whatever you want to do. And that's the power and the flexibility that we bring is it's really customized. And where we're seeing this deployed right now is primarily in safe cities, large multinational enterprises, transportation hubs, airports, rail, subway, underground, critical infrastructure, right? So power plants, national security grids, where they really have to bring, perimeter control, every element of this in, facial recognition, license plate recognition, analytics on the back end, to present a single common cohesive picture to the operator. And what's really critical about this isn't just the system itself, but at the end of the day, it comes down to the people behind the screens who have to understand what's going on.
Right.
And we want to get to the point where we're moving from just detecting a problem to hopefully predicting, preventing, and then making sure we respond as effectively as we can. And a big part of this is the ability to integrate in the responders with their mobile phones, their intelligent devices, and provide them the exact same information that those security officers have behind the screens. They're out dealing with the threat. They want the video of what the problem is that they're facing. They want to be able to tie that back into the back end. They want information around maps about what to do, who to look for if there's a suspect out there. And building that integrated whole is really what I think closes the loop. We like to think about it as 360 degrees of security.
So we have about 1 million person shortage in the IT world, right?
Yep.
And we got about 1 million guards that don't have any IT skills.
Absolutely.
We got this big chasm in the middle.
Yeah.
Are you finding that if we're going to put your product out in the field and the guards can use a component of it, maybe he's going to be tied into video on his phone, are we finding that group of people difficult to train?
No.
Okay.
Not on that element. It really, we try and take the difficulty and put it in the deployment side.
Okay.
And the operational side we need to simplify.
Yes.
And that's what the magic about all this is for all of us in the industry, right? Is to make sure that whether it's the guard sitting behind the screen, the operators of the system, or the guy out in the field, that job is as simple as possible. Because they've got other things on their mind, and they're dealing with real-time security threats. Right? They can't be thinking about operating the system. So the challenge, I think, is in the deployment side. And clearly, as we move into the integration of cyber and IT and physical, the level of capability that our partners and our customers need to deploy that initially, it rises up a notch. But the intent at the end of the day is to make sure it's as simple as possible once it's up and running for the folks that need to operate it.
What keeps you awake now? What do you worry about the most in the security business?
Well, it just there's with the places where we're deployed, right? It's a double-edged sword. You realize that you're doing a lot to keep people safe in the world, but every time you hear about a terrorist incident in the London underground or an airport or somewhere else, right? And you think about, is there something we could have done different? Is there more that we should have done, right? To help prevent that. But it's rewarding to be able to be in a situation where we can, if not prevent those, at least help capture those that are accountable and hold them to account at the end of the day, and hopefully prevent the next episode.
Alan Stoddard, Varinet.com?
Variant.
Variant.com. Darn, you got it wrong.
We got it.
Say it one more time.
Variant
Excellent.
Systems.
You got a booth?
Thank you. 2623.
All right, visit them at 2623 tomorrow. The show opens up, I think the hall opens at 9 or 10, right? Make sure you stop by and see Alan. And thanks for coming on SecurityGuideTV.com. It's been a lot of fun.
Thank you very much.
We'll be up in a few minutes for the next show here at ASI's 2017 Dallas, Texas on SecurityGuideTV.com. Stand by. Thanks.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.